Welcome, everybody. Welcome. My throne's a little bit lower for some reason today. I can't figure out the angles, but how we doing? A lot of new people today. The day ones were here before anyone, I'll give them that. Someone said first, and they weren't first. Why is the song so loud? The monks in the back are going nutty bananas right now. Good morning. It is not morning for me, but it may be morning for you. Good morning. Father! Hello, Father. Hi, everyone. It's my first time here. I feel like a priest should always be excited about a first-time comer to his church, right? You know, more money in the tip jar, whatever the hell they call it. And they pass around that thing. Some of you might not be Christian, but in Catholicism specifically, they pass around a basket. You're supposed to put money into it. We don't do that here. We accept subs. We don't ask for change out of your pocket. Tip jar. This is my own church. I can call it a tip jar if I want, okay? This is my first stream. I'd love to hear it. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Down Bad Hotline. I'm your host, Father Tugg. Before we get going, I do want to make a note that we do have a podcast that's pretty much just the audio of this show. It's on Apple Music and Spotify and SoundCloud and all that. So if you could go and like it, give it a good review. I just want to see. It'd be cool. First stream, by the way. Our Father who art in Massachusetts is best to be by thy name. God, you guys are so... The fact that you wrote that up and are sticking with it, then you Google translated it so everyone could hear it. I didn't know, when you're in high school. Oh, Bacon, thank you for the gifted sub. And Flamingo, Flaming Hot Beatos, thank you for the sub. When I was in high school, I never thought I'd be a priest on the internet, but here we are. And I have a prayer written after me. Life's beautiful. All right, I've opened up the phone lines. We'll start getting calls here soon. Hello, Father. I have sinned. I lost $200 online gambling. I'm pretty sure I have a gambling problem because I'm broke now. Well, I don't think you have a problem until you win. That's when you start developing a problem. I don't have a gambling problem because I lose every time I gamble.
Call from
Jason.
Jason, how we doing, my son?
Good. I need some advice.
Sure.
I was going to say also I'm one of your Jewish viewers.
Love to hear it.
Yeah, but anyways, so there's like these these kids like dating apps kind of things, right?
Yeah.
I'm 17 and there's this one girl that I found. I really like her. She lives a state away, but like I'm 16 and she's 17 and like I don't know when I'm going to ever see her and I don't know how to show her that I love her. You know what I mean? And I've like caught feelings. It's been only a month, but like I don't know if it's too fast or I don't know what's going on.
Have you met in person yet?
No, but like I FaceTime all the time. We fall asleep on FaceTime, and I've never felt this way about anybody but her. Never.
Yeah. Okay, you're getting hit hard for sure. That's something that you got to be
Yeah,
aware
dude.
of.
I don't know how to take it. It's like I heard the song by Little Uzi Vert, "The Way Life Goes."
Yeah, I do.
You know the part where it's I like that girl. I like that girl too much. I wish I never met her.
Yes.
It's like that, but I'm happy I met her, but it like hurts when I'm not talking to her.
Yep. So you're in deep. That's fine. It's I hate quoting Rick and Morty, but it is a chemical concoction in your brain. Like your brain's like, this is your mate, and if anything, it hits hard and fades slow. So you're in the thick of it right now. But there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. How far away is she? Because I don't know how.
She's like it's like a 3-hour drive, and I'm about to get my license, but thinking over the summer I could see her, but I don't know about my parents and all that, and it's just
Right.
It's so hard. But I like her so much that I want to see her as soon as possible, and it hurts when I'm not talking to her.
I feel that.
I know.
She's reciprocating, right? Like she's also into you.
Yeah, she says I'm her soulmate. She tells me she loves me. I say it all the time. I think I say it a little too much, but I don't know. She says she's fine. I don't know. I think she loves me, but I'm always paranoid still.
Right.
I'm such a young age.
I'm also a paranoid man. Like I assume everyone hates me, even my parents, and they love me, but like I just have that weird back of the head voice saying like you're not worth it or whatever. But the best way to show love to her, if that's what you're asking me, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't know how to show my affection like over the phone.
You gotta go meet her.
I'm working on that, but like I don't know how to keep her interested or keep her like hooked with me, like keep her wanting to talk to me.
Are you either of you tech savvy in any sense?
Say it again?
Are either of you like tech savvy in any sense?
What does that mean?
Like, do you have computers? Can you use computers?
No, we FaceTime and everything over the phone and
Yeah,
stuff.
but there's a lot of like I always say shared experiences are super important, right? So like if you get on watchparty.com and you both watch a Netflix show together, or you both play a game together online or something like that.
Yeah, like I know what you mean. The show Shameless. She got me into watching it, so whenever I'm on FaceTime with her, I watch it.
Yeah, but if you set it up on the computer, you can both watch it and react to it at the same
Oh, at
time.
the same time,
Yes, it solves it up, and you can like pause it if you
like a
want to talk
movie night
about it.
kind of.
Yeah, it's definitely those small things because like even if you love someone so much, like my parents, like they've been married for I don't know how many years since I've been born, so at least 20, 24. But they've been you can only talk in text for so long before it gets dry. It doesn't matter if it's the perfect soulmate. You can only
Yeah,
talk
that's what
about
I
so
was
many
thinking, and
things.
that's why I was like, I don't know, that's why I called because I don't want her to lose her.
Right. So give yourself these shared experiences. Like maybe find an app you can both play a game together on or watch a movie together on that thing until you can finally meet her. Just little things that you can, bond over.
Yeah, that's really good advice, man. Thank you.
No problem, man. Thank you for being I think you're the first outwardly Jewish caller. Maybe we had one that didn't say it, but
Yeah, dude, I always listen to see those Jewish callers. There's never any, but I'm like, I'm rooting for you, man. I'm rooting for you. I'm a Jew, and I still love you.
Hey man, honestly, this we take everyone. We take Satanists here, so I'm here for it.
All right.
All right.
Have
Bless
a
your heart.
blessed day.
You too.
Thank you.
What the hell was happening while I was on that call? Craig's what people are just subbing like mofos. Hold on. Craigslist alias subscribed and then he gifted 5 subs. Holy hell. All right. And then API Sky subbed. Thank you. Good golly. Middle Shelf with the Prime subscription. Thank you. Pepchin Otter with the Prime subscription. Thank you. Guys, this is a lot just to start out. DFull3, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Holy moly. Mother of God. That's a whole bunch of support off the rip. We only got 46 people watching today. This is a really low stream. You guys are being extremely positive with me. Alice with the Prime sub. Thank you, guys.
Call from
Devon.
Devon, you've called before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
I have a story actually.
All right, I'm here for it.
This girl. We hang out a lot. We watch movies a lot.
All right.
So I don't know if she's in a relationship. I feel like it's weird if I ask, but I don't know what to do.
You should ask.
But then it'll come out weird.
No. So here's the thing. I get where you're coming from in terms of like, you don't want to make things weird with this girl, right?
Yeah.
But you do want to date her, right?
Yes.
So, like, if you don't ask, you're never going to know, and you're never going to be able to do it. But also, would you be happy just being friends with this girl?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the decision you got to make. It's how much you want it versus how willing you are to let a friendship go. Because, first of all, I don't think it's going to make things too weird. Especially if you're like, hey, I heard some things. Are you in a relationship? Like, just ask her as if you're asking your buddy if he's dating a girl, Don't show all your cards, but just ask her.
Interesting.
Yeah, because if it goes south, you gotta lose a friendship. But if she says no, you're in.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We'll see. I'll call back and let you know how it works out.
All right, thank you, Devon. I appreciate that. Bless your heart, my son. Oh, you didn't even say anything to me, you little stinker. Devon called a long time ago. It's been like a bunch of shows since he's called. You guys are subbing so fast that it's not even catching up.
Call from to accept, press 1.
the hell?
To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, it's me. I'm Jamal from last week. I don't know if you remember my story or not.
Can you give me a recap?
I was talking about how my friend who's a Muslim, he was
Right.
dating this girl in the app. So they broke up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Let me recap for the viewers. So this guy has a friend in school his parents are very strict Muslims and they don't allow dating. And he was just dating this girl, and I said it was gonna explode in his face because especially at his age, your parents control your life, and if that shit goes south, it's gonna go south hard. And he had to learn his lesson. So why did they break up?
I don't know exactly, but I think it's because they were trying to keep it private, but people in the school started rumors about them. But that's not what I called for. I haven't really, you know, it's kind of mean for me towards him, but I've been kind of waiting for them to break up. Why, you may ask? I might be just a little bit, not much, but just a little bit gay,
Okay.
and I might be just a little bit into him.
Okay.
I don't know if I should ask him out or not,
Well,
since he
first,
was dating a.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you gotta, survey the area before you
Uh,
start digging.
and here's the scary thing. My stomach is beating, not my heart, anyways. But uh, 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 what if he sees this stream? Is my thing, because I think he knows that I was. I told him that I talked about his relationship with you, and
Right.
he just said that it probably won't work out. So what if he sees the stream? Is what I'm worried about. But like,
Well, first of all,
mm,
I'm not gonna put it on TikTok. I'm not gonna out you like that. All right.
nah, it's fine. I don't really care. But I was just want to ask, should I ask him or not?
I mean, I think so. I'm gonna say, I went to Catholic school my
Like
whole life, right?
he's been my friend for the longest time. So
Right. That's also
like,
tough. That's also tough. I mean, just kids
and
these days.
he's pretty much the only friend I have right now. So
Oh, maybe pull back a little bit then. You don't want to ruin that situation. I always say go for it, but having a friend right now, if he's your only one, you might not want to mix that up.
mm,
Just let your feelings talk to you for a little bit. Because you said you might be a little gay. You're really into this guy. He's a really good friend to you. Kind of discover yourself a little bit more before you jump all the way in on this. And kind of throw him some softball questions and find out where he lies on the sexuality spectrum. Because, if he's straight, and maybe a lot of straight guys get really uncomfortable, especially at your age. With gay dudes, they're trying to cement their heterosexuality, and then you
you
come in
know,
and
I
go ahead.
I think it would be worse if his parents heard about this, because
Oh.
I think it's like worse if it's like it was just a girl, but now it's a guy.
I also didn't put that into perspective. I forgot that his parents were hardcore religious people, so it's probably not great either. But hey, in for a penny, in for a pound, in my
Uh,
mind.
Here's the thing. So are my parents. They're friends. My parents and his.
Are your parents religious?
Yas.
Are they Muslim?
Yas.
Yas. Okay. Well, one,
Yas, queen.
I mean,
Uh,
I would never let a religion suppress my sexuality. You seem like you're doing a good job with that. You're discovering yourself and figuring out where you lie. But you got to understand, when you turn 18, you're leaving that place.
okay.
So, I
Okay.
mean, they're not going to have control over you for your whole life. That
Uh,
sucks, but
also, my parents and his parents got into an argument because me and him did something on the internet which got us both suspended for the end of the year.
yeah, you told me that.
So because of that, me and him can't come over to each other's house, and we're not allowed to talk to each other, or so they tell us. But we've been talking to each other anyways. And we're talking about how, because of our parents, when we turn 18, we're gonna go and travel around the world and shit. When it's probably not gonna happen. But
It might, dog. This is like a Romeo and Julian situation. Just two people on other
whatever.
sides of the cement that are banished from hanging out with each other. Listen, feel him out, not physically, but figure out where he lies, and then go
I
from
think
there.
I think after I'm done with the call, I'm gonna send him the link to the stream, and well, I'm not gonna be on call anymore, so it won't really matter.
Right.
And I'm just gonna keep watching to see if he calls you or not.
Okay. All right. I'm here for
Yeah.
that. What's his name?
Hamza.
Okay. All right. I'll keep an eye out for that name. All right, my son?
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's a whole lot of stuff that kid's dealing with. All right, a bunch of people subbed while I was on the goddamn phone. LI418, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. And D-Fuel. Okay, I guess a lot of people didn't subscribe. Never mind. I thought I saw a bunch of shit going down. Oh, Ghosty, 5. Prime sub. Thank you. Oh, we have new emotes. Right? We should have new emotes. Community. Hold on. Content. How do I find my emotes? They're super cringe. 1 second. Where are they? Where are my emotes? Can someone check to see if I have new emotes? A bunch of people subbed today. There they are. There they are. They're all my face. We had a guy edit my face, and they're horrifying. Horrific. There they are. We have new emotes. We finally did it. We couldn't make specific ones because you really got to pay someone to do that. And we're kind of broke at the moment. But it was easy to chop those together. I can't call you, but I really want to. Just call the line. I'll refresh it. Certain people get in. It's randomized. I don't pick who goes in. Good God. How do I get picked? Luck of the draw, my guy. What is this? What is that? I gotta turn that down. I think that was from earlier. Alright, I'll give this guy a ring.
This is Jalen. I'm not the.
Never mind. I have a story to tell, but he already gave advice to me. Yeah, hold off for a little bit. Are you able to call just from iPhone? Yeah, anywhere. It's a hotline. Give it a ring. We have a guy calling from his company sometimes, and I don't want to dox it, but it's so funny to see like a company name on the phone line. Is it only America, or can Europe call? Anyone can call. Hello? Hello, my son. What can I do for you?
Hey, I was here. I would say maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I would estimate. Okay. I was the one that had this girl that was in my class that kind of showed me, like some gestures that she may like me. So it ended up that we started dating.
Oh, word.
Yeah. So that day, as soon as I, it like left the like calling you, I had texted her, let's hang out. And so she came over, and so we started talking, and these certain things led to another. We started making out, and then a couple weeks later, up until now, I kind of realized that maybe I was wrong. She's like, she's too out. If that makes, I don't know if that makes sense. Like she always wants to make TikToks,
Right.
and like and do all these weird stuff. Like one time she had, my parents had told me, when it gets past like 10, I don't want you like out of the house because I don't want you to like get kidnapped or something like that. How old like the parents can be.
Right.
So she calls me and she was like, "Hey, come over." And this was like, I would say an hour, so it was about like 11, maybe 11:30, half an hour. And she was like, "Come over real quick. I want to do something with you." And so I told her she couldn't, and then she started like getting mad at me and frustrated, and then she just ghosted me for like a week straight.
That's toxic.
And so I know, but she has a friend who, I'm gonna be honest, she's valid. Like I can't lie. She has energy. She's different.
Right.
So I behind her back, I went to ask her, if she wanted to hang out. She got kind of blushy and she just left. Like we're in the classroom and I had asked her whenever my quote unquote girlfriend was in there. She left to go somewhere and I asked her if she wanted to hang out. She kind of blushed at me and she like didn't respond. So I went back to my chair and I sat down, and then my girlfriend came in and she had told her that I had asked her to hang out, and she didn't get mad. Like she started like looking at me, and then she looked at her friend, and then she had gestured me to come over, but she had told me to wait. So I waited till class was over, and then she had said, whenever I'm done, come to my house like around 5:30, and it's 4:21 right now. And she said my friend's gonna be there, so I don't know what do I do. Like I don't know. I'm just I don't know, Rick.
You already fucked up.
Yeah, I know.
So you're in the. I think they're gonna mess with you if they're both there.
Oh damn, that's probably right.
Yeah, I think one. So the original advice I was gonna give you before I found out you messed up so severely that.
I know. Oh damn.
So you're not into the girl you're dating right now. You decided that, right?
No, no, not really.
But
I'm
that's
not.
not your fault. You know, dating is about finding who you want to be with. Turns out you don't want to be with this person. You got to look behind the curtain and you weren't excited. So that's fine. That's nothing wrong with that. But the issue is that you didn't break up with her before you started making yourself
Oh,
available to other interests. And it's also her friend, which is they're going to talk. Whatever they're doing together right now is about you. They're probably talking shit about you, and it's going to be either on camera or they're going to just dunk on you in some way. Don't hang out. Break up with this poor girl because you don't
okay.
like her. It's going to be awkward, but you got to do it. And then find out if you can start talking to this other girl. But you got to don't go to their house, whatever you're doing.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Be smarter from now on. All right?
Okay.
All right. Bless your heart, my child.
Okay. Thank you. Bye,
Bye-bye.
Father.
Guys, if you don't like someone, break up with them. I've found out this is what's the word I'm looking for? Anecdotal evidence. But a lot of times people cheat on people because they don't know how to break up with them because they're chicken shit. Really, honestly. They're too scared to break up with them, so they want to have because sometimes people just grow apart. Sometimes you just don't like that person you used to like or thought you liked. And it's a lot harder to tell someone, hey, I just don't like you anymore, than it is to just cheat on them and then be like, well, I messed up. Guess we got to break up. You know? Don't cheat on somebody. Have the balls. Break up with them. It's devastating. It makes huge trust issues. It's just horrific to do to somebody. Break up with them. You owe it to them. You're the one who signed the contract to get into this relationship. You're the one who has to sign your way out of it. Can you do a text submission? We might start doing those. Not right now, though. Someone just tipped? What did that say? Someone tipped $10. Okay. And they wrote something. Beloved Father, please don't take offense with my comment. Why do you do this stream on Wednesday and not Sundays? I'm asking out of curiosity and wishing to call, but can't because I'm working, but still thank you for always making my day. Bless your heart, Father. Good question. Pretty little reasoning went into the stream schedule. It's every Wednesday and Friday because that's just when I had the time. I'm usually busy on the weekends. But, I mean, might be able to move some shit. We'll find out. You guys don't want to see me hungover. It's not pretty. I'm not quick. I don't have good advice. It's just my hand in my face just going, yeah.
Beloved Father, please don't take offense with my comment. Why do you do the streams on Wednesdays and not Sundays? I'm asking of curiosity and wishing to call but can't cause I'm working, but still thank you for always making my day. Bless your heart, Father.
I didn't know it would talk like that. That's crazy. That's the first donation we've ever had. Anyway, well, if you guys, we can do like a viewer vote, what days you'd most like to stream. Whatever gets you guys, you know, more into it and more, can see it more. You know? And we're at 400 right now, which is insane. But, let's see. That guy already called. But yeah, Sundays would be smarter. They would make more sense. God damn, that's so loud.
Cool.
Hello, my child. What can I do for you?
So I need some advice.
Sure.
I'm dating this girl, and I've been dating her for almost about 3 weeks now, or it would have been 3 weeks.
Okay.
And she has BPD, and it's like a mental disorder.
Yeah, I know what BPD is.
And yeah, and so before me and her dated, my best friend had feelings for her.
Okay.
And she also had feelings for him, but they never got together.
Okay.
And now that we've been dating, her feelings have been all over the place, and she says that she loves me, but she also likes my best friend at the same time.
She told you that?
Yes, she told me that.
Okay.
And she asked if I would be open to a polyamorous relationship, and I was like, not really.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to, date somebody and then have to share them with my best friend.
Right.
And so my best friend, thankfully he's here, he already said he wouldn't do anything.
Okay.
But I'm more worried about my girlfriend
Right.
because she asked to take a break this week so she could sort her feelings, and I was okay with that. But now I'm kind of nervous that she might, break up with me.
Well, so here's the thing. She is kind of pushing you to do something that you don't want to do.
Hmm.
And let's say she's only going to be happy if you're in a relationship, and you don't want to do that. And that's completely, you're not like repressing her. That's just, two people disagreeing in a relationship. And I don't see that if she like breaks up with you or doesn't break up with you, you guys are on kind of different pages, right?
Hmm.
So the only way this relationship's going to get better is if she changes her mind. Because you can't do anything unless you want to go against what you want to do. And that's a big thing,
Yeah.
deciding to make it an open relationship. And it seems, it's a little unfair to you if she just does that. If she gives you an ultimatum, like either we're dating or we're doing a poly relationship or we're breaking up, you got to break up because it's just that's toxic and that's manipulative. So kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. The only good outcome of this is if she just decides she wants to be with you and you both stay happy. But she's kind of, she's going through some stuff and wants to date other people.
Hmm.
It sucks to lose a girlfriend, but like I said to the last guy, dating's about finding who you want to be with. You're not losing out big. You had a girlfriend. You tried it out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But the ball's in her court right now, and you shouldn't have the low self-esteem to let her push you around. And like, if she comes to you and gives you that, you should tell her no. You should back out of the relationship. You'll find someone else, but don't just try and please her just to keep the relationship going.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem, my guy. I believe in you, and your homie's a homie.
Yeah.
Seriously, for him to say I'm not going to do it, you sound kind of. How old are you?
16.
16. Yeah. At that age, everyone's just trying to get laid. So your boy's a good. I don't know. I mean, he might do it at one point, but right now he seems like a good guy. Be boys, stick with him, and the girls will come, and this one will go or stay. But regardless, all right.
All right. Thank you, Father.
No problem, bud. Have a good one. What is that high pitched thing that kept happening on his phone? Yeah. Don't let people push you in a relationship to do things you're uncomfortable with. There's a difference between being adventurous and being manipulated into being uncomfortable. How do I get the calls and how do I answer them? There's a hotline, Google Voice. Call that number. I get the call. Is a potato a fruit? No. Let's not ask. I hate those questions. Is cereal soup? Is soup a cereal? If I ask for a cup of soup and you bring me cereal, I'm going to punch you in the face. That's the bare bones of it. Let's not get into semantics. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes, if I go to a sandwich shop and they hand me a hot dog, though, I'm going to be pissed. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, this is Father Tug. What can I do for you?
Oh, hello, Father. I didn't think you were actually going to answer my call.
Here I am. What can I do for you?
Okay, I need some help with this guy that I like.
Okay.
So basically, I've known him for quite a few months now, and he has shown signs that he's liked me. I've admitted to him that I liked him once, and he also admitted to me that he liked me. He's been very flirty with me and at school and stuff,
Okay.
but he says he likes someone else. But he keeps giving me signs, and I need to know if I should just try and remain friends with him or not.
Try and remain friends. Because right now, like, if he's into someone else, like, right now you're kind of on the back burner in terms of, like, you're giving him the attention that of course, like, flirting's fun. I'm sure you're having fun doing it too. But, like, he doesn't want a relationship with you. And if that's what your end goal is, then I don't think you're going to get it until the very least he understands what you're worth, or he understands that the other person, he doesn't actually like them. So try and remain friends with him, because right now you're not gonna turn the tides. Like, there's nothing you can do, right? You're doing a lot already. You already said you liked him, and you're flirting all the time, but you're putting a lot of mental effort into trying to get him when he's not willing to date you, and that's just gonna make you get more and more hurt. So right now, focus on being friends with him, and then once he gets his heart broken or he decides to move on from the last person, then shoot your shot again. But for the moment, just be friends with him.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Father.
No problem. Bless your heart.
You too. Bye.
There you go. Easy one. How come my call isn't going through? Can I just call with my regular phone number? Yes, you can. You should. I'm not going to show the screen because that'd be doxing, and there's a lot of people. Numbers. Who is spamming? Someone's using an auto dialer. That is like 30 calls in 1 minute.
Call from
Mia.
Mia, how we doing?
Hi.
What can I do for you?
I needed some help because I'm in high school and I'm a junior and I like this senior and he's about to go to college.
Right.
But I also recently found out that he wasn't straight.
Okay.
And everyone's telling me that he's probably just completely gay.
Okay.
So, but I don't want to go up and ask him oh my God, are you gay? Or because that's just rude. So I don't really know how to go about this. And especially because he's leaving, I just need some advice.
So I always suggest it's the worst part about high school is that everyone leaves, right? Everyone goes off and does their own thing, and I saw it. I lived through it. I mean, the Thanksgiving breakup where everyone's like, oh, we'll get married, we'll love each other forever, and then everyone breaks up by the second semester. So it's tough, but if you just I wouldn't expect dating out of him, at the very least, straight or gay. I wouldn't expect it because he's gonna go to college and he's gonna live his life. So that's something you should just take off the table. But if you want to have a little fun with him or whatever, flirt with him. That's the best first step.
Oh.
You don't have to ask him, go up to him at the cafeteria. Are you gay? Are you into women? That'd be silly. But just try and catch a vibe. I mean, communication or conversation is always all about getting little steps or little bits of information and then going back and forth. So I always suggest to my male viewers as well, when you're texting someone you're not sure if they're into you or if they're straight in this circumstance, just, you say something like, oh, wow, I really like that shirt. And they'll be like, oh, thank you. And then if it's a little dry, you kind of get that vibe there, and then you try again another day. You just slowly piece together the full image of what this guy's into. So just be a little flirtatious. See if he takes the bait. If he doesn't, then you're good. And if he does, you're good.
Okay. I was also one more question.
Yeah.
How do I exactly flirt? Because I do know there's multiple. Is it the physical touch, but not to the point where it's assault, but a light where you touch or talking. I don't really know how to.
So in college, I took a great class on deception, and that's the only thing I remember from college. I was a communications major. I didn't care anything about college, but this one class, teacher's name was Tim something. I don't even remember, but it was a great class on how people interact and how people lie and how lying's not that bad. But a good thing I learned in that is how to make your thoughts known without actually saying it. So a big thing you can do is say a compliment but use their name. So oh, Tucker, you look so good today. Or oh, really, Tucker? Use their name a little bit more. And also physical touch, laugh at a joke and touch his arm. Like you said, not assault. You don't want to be grabbing bits, but touch an elbow here. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. Bless your heart. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. You too.
But yeah, I was saying to that other kid, I went to Catholic school my whole life, so being open, kids call in, they're like, yeah, so I'm non-binary and bisexual. And I'm I can't imagine. I'm happy, but I just can't imagine a middle school or high school where that was you didn't get bullied mercilessly. And I'm so happy things are changing, but being different when you're a kid is a target on your back, and these kids are so brave, so baller to just be yeah, I know exactly what I want. Just god damn. Hey Tucker, you look really good. Thank you, Bobby. Key Riced. Laying it on thick. Do you take Discord calls? Not yet. Right now, this is working well. I mean, to a degree. These calls get so jammed up that they don't come through right away, but it's also gives me a second to talk at least.
Call from
Joey.
Joey, how we doing, my son?
Hello, Father.
Okay.
I have a dilemma of I may have ended things with a girl because
Okay.
So, so that day I went over. It was like maybe a few days. I think it was Saturday. I went over to her house, and that day her grandpa, her uncle, and her grandmother and her parents were there, and I got a bit nervous around them, but I was some sort of calm and collected, and they gave me some salmon. And let's just say that salmon didn't really
sit well.
Mix well with, yeah. And I let out one that was pretty potent, but very silent. And I blamed it on the dog.
Right.
But the dog wasn't there.
Oh my! Did you do this in the dining room?
Yeah.
While people were eating?
We were all sitting down, eating, and I just let it rip.
Did you? Oh.
I couldn't hold it back. Cause like when you're with a girl and you don't want to fart.
Yeah.
And you have to hold it in to be polite. I was with her like that whole entire time, and then it came to dinner, and then I just kept on eating, and then it just came out.
Why didn't you go to the bathroom?
Because I didn't have any time. It just went out. I couldn't do anything.
Oh, my man, my poor boy. So everyone knew it was you, right?
Yes, because the dog wasn't there. I blamed it. I was like, oh, maybe the dog farted. But the dog wasn't there because it was at its grooming that day. Just that one day, it was at the grooming.
Oh my God, that's so unfortunate. All right, well, I mean, did you just go home after that? What was the conversation?
It kind of got even worse. So then I excused myself to the bathroom because I got to take a pooter.
Right.
And she had that day I helped her dad bring a toilet up. You know what I mean? It was really weird. He had a moving company bring him a toilet because the toilet in near the kitchen, that toilet was broken. So he had me help him bring up a new toilet. Okay. And I completely forgot about that because I was embarrassed. So I took a pooter in the toilet.
And it wasn't connected?
And it didn't flush.
Oh my God, what did you do?
Hello? Wait, did you hear me?
Yeah, I said, oh my God, what did you do?
I took a poo.
No, I know. What did you do when there was a dry turd in a brand new toilet?
I almost started breaking down because I was so nervous. I tried taking some toilet paper, scooping it out.
How'd that go?
Not really that well. It kind of got around my hands. It's not a really pleasant sight.
So did you run out of there? What did you do?
I had it all over my hands. I washed it. I called my dad to come pick me up. He couldn't, so then I called my sister. She could pick me up, but it would take her 15 minutes. So then I scooped the poop and I put it in the trash can, and I covered it with toilet paper. Then I went back out. My hand really didn't quite the smell didn't really go away, but it wasn't super potent, you know what I mean? So I went out, I sat at the table, I was like, oh, something, family, whatever happened, I have to leave in about 10 minutes. My sister's coming to pick me up, and she's like, oh, all right. The family's like, oh, are you okay? Blah, 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 this. I was just like, yeah, no, it's just something happened. They want me to be home. So my sister comes, picks me up. I get out of there. I get a call like 3 hours later, and I get asked, did I take a shit in their trash can? And I said, no, I don't know.
Who
I didn't
else
take
would
a
it
shit.
be, homie? Who else would
And
it be?
I don't know why I said I did it, because I would have blamed it on the dog, but the dog wasn't there. So, like, I just said, no, I didn't do it. Like, something else did it. I don't know, Casper or something. And she's like, well, it was you, because you went in the bathroom. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I forgot the toilet didn't work. She's like, did you take a shit in the trash can, or did you take a shit in the toilet?
I don't know what's
scooped
worse.
it out, and I just said, no, I just took a shit in the trash can.
Yeah,
because,
that's what I would
that's
say.
Even worse.
Yeah, that's what I would
That's
say.
even worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't talked to her since.
I don't think you'll ever talk to her again, my guy.
She was like fully my type and everything.
How old are you?
I don't know what to do.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
What's your name?
Joey.
Joey, you're going to be telling this story for the rest of your life. And it's only going to get funnier the further you're removed from it. This is amazing. And I think that I would trade in a girl that was just my type to have this story. I think I would. This is building. This is a learning experience. Now you know it's better to just own up to things than shove a turd in a trash can. But that was probably one of the best stories I've heard on the show so far. So you have that going for you. I wish you the best of luck. Next time you take a dump, be a little bit more cautious. All right?
Okay. Thank you, Father.
Bless your heart, Joey.
Day.
Good God. That was an insane story. And I really believe him. I really believe that. Wow.
Call from
TJ.
TJ, how we doing? Hello.
Hello. Sorry about that.
What can I do for you?
Hey, man. Yeah, so I said I was TJ, right?
Yep.
Basically, a sophomore at college right now.
Okay.
And I feel like I've definitely screwed up with, like, my friend group. Not my main friend group, but, like, another friend group I was with.
Okay.
And I don't know, I just feel, like, pretty unlucky because that friend group's, like, pretty mixed. It has, like, a bunch of boys and girls and stuff.
Okay.
And it's on, like, I think, like, 8 people. And, you know, colleges, people get drunk or whatever. Like, people just do whatever. I end up somehow sleeping with not one but 2 of the girls in that group. And now that, like, you know, it was just, like, casual hookup thing. But now that they're not, like, interested in me anymore, it was at the same time, by the way. It was, like, one was at the beginning of the semester, one was, like, towards now, like, spring break.
Right.
But, yeah. But, you know, I got with them, and now, I guess, like, because they know each other, I guess, like, you know how the friend group was, I guess, merged or whatever, right?
Yeah.
They have kind of, I guess, grouped up and have been making fun of me at my expense.
Yes.
I guess. So I've been, like, just alienated from my friend group. I know I've been made fun of. Definitely, I know people are definitely, you know, shit talking about me and whatnot, and it just hurts, you know?
Yeah, that sucks. It's definitely a learning lesson, though, for sure. I mean, don't shit where you eat. If you got a friend group, it's better to, at the very least, only sleep with one of them and not 2 of them. That way they can't gang up on you, right?
Yep.
I mean, listen, a sophomore in college, that was my best and worst year of my life in terms of me just being an absolute animal. Like, shit happens, man. And you're only a sophomore in college. You got 2 more years in college is when you find more people. It sucks right now, but, like, fuck them, honestly. You made a mistake, and it sucks that it turned south like that, but you got time. You also have another friend group, right?
Yeah, those are just, like, my guys, you know, we just, like, play
yeah, I
games
know,
or
but
whatever.
you're gonna be 21 soon. I don't like either end of junior year or beginning of senior year. You'll go to bars. You'll meet more people. Don't worry about this too much. It sucks that there's people out there shit talking you. Like, I'm a priest on the internet. 400 people are watching this right now. I'm sure at least one of these people fucking hates my guts, and I have to deal with that. But you know, it's just like if you pleased everybody, you'd be a god, and you're not a god.
Yep.
You're a human. So there's gonna be people out there who's gonna shit talk you behind your back, and it's gonna feel like shit. But the longer you live, the more you realize. Not to be fucking Tumblr 2012. The haters feel you, man. Prove them wrong.
Yeah, I feel yeah. One more thing, not one more thing, but I guess like one more concept before I just like hang up and let you continue on your stream. So my school is like pretty white, like it has a lot of like white population, a lot of white people in it,
right.
And I'm one of the few that go there. It's a very big state school. It has around like 22,000 people.
Okay.
And there's nothing else big in my school. And for I guess from the context, I'm black. And I feel like a lot of people, especially when it comes to like Tinder and just dating and stuff, like a lot of people I've been with, including the people I even mentioned, I feel like I've only been with people because of my race.
Right.
Like every time I like further on things, or I guess try to bring things more into like a dating perspective, not much serious, but I guess more like less of a hookup thing and more of like just talking to someone, getting to know them. I feel as if with who I am, I don't portray like this black stereotype. You know what I mean? I guess that's what they're looking for.
Oh, really?
What's up?
That's interesting to me. That's the exact opposite of what I thought you were gonna say.
Nah. Basically, I'm just like a giant nerd. Like outside of the whole, like, I'm just honestly, I feel like I'm a white guy in a like a white and Asian guy in a black guy's body. Like, I love a stereotypically white. I love everything that's stereotypically like anime, all that stuff.
Right.
But when people get to like actually know me for being this like nerdy guy, people aren't into that. So I guess I don't know if I have to keep trying or not. I don't want to change myself for anyone.
Well, so first of all, don't fucking change yourself for anyone. Never do that. You'll find someone. I always say that whenever you see two hot people dating, like two cool hot people dating, it makes me like, fuck you. Like, yeah, good for you, I guess. Like, that's what your life was designed to be. But when I see two nerds in love and they have like a little dork kid with a Star Wars shirt, makes my day. Like, that's real love. Like, you can only love someone for their appearance and their hobbies. Like, sure, you're not a world-class, I don't know, athlete, but the bond you're going to have over whatever nerd shit you're doing, like Attack on Titan or, other animes that I haven't watched, that bond is going to be stronger than any other bullshit you're going to put up with, honestly. Nerd shit breeds relationships. So don't change yourself. And also, it's a big thing, like one of my black guys in my frat, he was killing it with girls, but they would never date him because they were racist.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, but it was like they were just like they liked the idea of being with a black guy, but they couldn't. They wouldn't be willing to he wasn't a real person to them. Like they were just like fetishizing him, which is fucked up.
Yeah, I feel like I'm being fetishized.
Exactly. So it sucks that you're in that position. It's an all-white school, so you're gonna get some racist. I mean, it's kind of in the blood. Not saying I'm racist, but Jesus Christ, there's a lot of shitty people out there. So keep trying. Absolutely keep trying. You just gotta put your head down and deal with that bullshit sometimes, which sucks, but you know what I mean. Also, I suggested like joining, especially your sophomore in college, join an anime club or join whatever like board. Do you play board games?
Yeah, not like board games, but I've joined the esports club. I play Counter-Strike.
Bro.
Really big.
First of all, you are a nerd. That's some nerd shit. CS:GO, you got to give up your life to play that game. So I'm proud of you, and that's the front. But try and find someone in that range of hobbies, and you'll be doing great. You have good conversation skills. You're killing it. You're obviously able to get laid. So these aren't things that are in your way. You just got to work towards people that are going to be good for you in the long run.
Just want to be with me for me.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And I'm not going to say that's easy. We both know that's not easy. But if you keep trying, it's going to work out for you.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, Father.
No problem,
Have a
bud.
wonderful.
Wish you the best of luck. I love nerds. I fucking love nerds. I was in a frat. Oh, fuck, I mentioned that. Okay, listen, it's a long story. I didn't want to be in the frat. Fuck. Let me explain. I hate when people find out I was in a frat. I'll explain after this story. I was forced to be in the frat. I did not like it. It's a It's a very strange story.
Call from
We'll get to it.
Piper.
Piper, how we doing?
Hi, how's it going?
Good. What can I do for you?
Okay, so I have one of two stories. One's been going on for several years, and then one is fairly recent but short.
Oh, man. Let's start with the short one.
Okay, so a good friend of mine for a while, she has her mom is dating somebody new, and their kid moved in, so she has a new stepbrother.
Okay.
And she was like, oh, you should add him on Snap. So I did, not thinking anything of it. And he ended up basically stalkering-ish me for a little bit.
Ooh.
And I was like, you know what, whatever, maybe he has a crush on me, whatever. He did, and then kept asking me out and made me feel bad about not answering.
Right.
So ended up being like, okay, whatever, you're like a nice person, sure. Let's try and see how it goes. Their birthday is one day apart from each other, so they had like a joint birthday. This was like 2 weeks ago. Went to this party. There were like 10, 12 people there total. And he kept getting very physical with me.
Okay.
Yeah, which was very odd and didn't get the hint, even though I was flat out telling him, like, stop doing that, that's weird. And everybody else there saying that. But yeah, didn't really get the idea. I ended up getting it off with him like the next day.
Yeah. As you should.
Yeah, and now he's currently in another city being convicted for touching children.
Jesus, what a fucking turn. You gotta lead the horse a little bit. You can't
I didn't know.
drop that. I know you didn't know, but good golly, girl, that's insane. The fuck? Oh, I knew he was a piece of shit. We both knew that from that story, but
yeah.
Okay, I think we have time for one more to wash the taste out of our mouths. So go ahead and tell me that next story.
The other one's less awful.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Oh, jeez. So the other one is I've had a friend for 5, 6 years now.
Right.
He's had a crush on me for like 5 of those years ish.
Okay.
I kept him in the friend zone because at first I didn't like him, and then
Hello? Piper? Piper. Oh God, we lost Piper. Hello?
Yeah?
I think we lost you for a little bit.
Oh goodness, sorry.
Okay, so you said kept this kid in the friend zone for 5 years because you didn't like him at the time. That's the last thing we heard.
Okay, so I didn't like him at the beginning, and then started to like him, but thought, I'll keep him in the friend zone because once you jump over that, there's no going back, and you're
Right.
it's bound to mess up, right?
Right.
And I'm still in high school, so I figured, it's better to keep him as a friend and have a friend,
Okay, yeah.
So that, and then he eventually got over me a little bit and found a new girl, which I'm super happy for him about.
Absolutely.
And everything like that. His new girlfriend looks very, very similar to me. Let's just say he has a very specific type.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very specific.
Do you have red hair?
It's really weird. Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
I mean, the name Piper, that just screams red hair. That's fucking crazy that I nailed that. But okay, continue. That's insane. No. I don't want to continue. That's insane that I nailed that. That you have red hair. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
No, you're not wrong.
Okay. I killed that.
Red
All right.
hair, freckles, the whole.
Yeah,
the whole
exactly. I when you first got on the call, I pictured the Wendy's girl. You know the mascot for Wendy's.
Thing. Okay, that's a little far. That's a little.
She's got freckles and red hair. I'm just saying that's what I thought. But anyways, continue with your story.
So, so this new girl looks very, very similar to me. Everybody thought it, like, as soon as I was like, oh, see, this is his new girlfriend. And my mom, because I showed it to my mom, and she was like, I thought that was you for a second. Like, my mother said that.
So does this girl know about you?
Yeah. Yeah.
No way she doesn't see it.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe she's being blissfully ignorant, but, like, that's pretty on the nose. It's a very specific type.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
you might have beef
And
with
she-
someone
and
coming up
she-
here.
No, she's okay with me currently.
Yeah, currently.
So.
We'll see how long that goes on for.
Well, so there's a thing that's kind of in the works that might blow it up, but
Break that down for me. Don't pass over that.
they were so she's bi, right?
Right.
And they had talks about potential threesomes.
Okay, we're gonna pause it
And-
here. No. We can't be going that PG-13.
Nope.
You have
We're that's why I was like kind of skipping over that.
okay, smart, but that
But that's the reason why it might blow up.
I wish this kid the best of luck, man. He is that's fucking crazy. All right, well, some good stories here. It's insane that he's doing that. It's insane that guy ended up being the guy he was. You're living a life, Piper. I'm not going to lie. Keep up the good work. Don't shy away from new experiences. And I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Father.
Bless your heart. Lots of good calls today, people. Lots of good, interesting calls from you. I very much appreciate it. 1,000 bits. I need advice. That's 2,000 bits. 3,000 bits? Is that 3,000 bits? Relax. I don't know how I'm supposed to help you. Maybe type it in chat. Father, I'm an artist. I will draw emotes for free. Okay. DM us.
Call from
Carter.
Carter, how we doing?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so I don't know how down bad this is because it's not really relationship. Is
Okay.
that all right?
That's fine.
So, currently in high school, and I'm trying to find out, like, where I find fun because I have a good house for people to hang out in.
Right.
And no other of my friends really have that. And every time I have people over, I never have fun, ever. And it always ends up going pretty bad for me, and everyone else is having fun. And I'm a little confused on what to do because I want my friends to have fun, but I also want to make sure that I'm doing good.
So what about the party is making you upset?
I'm not sure if I don't know because I'm always like, oh yeah, that sounds like something fun to do. Like, oh, I want to hang out with my friends. But every time it happens, I feel like I am not really like contributing or anything like that.
Okay, so
I just feel more alone than I ever have.
Me and you are on the same page. So I've talked to therapists about this because ever since I was like even a little kid, my parents tell me this story where like 8 o'clock would strike on the clock and I'd be sitting on the steps to go up to my bedroom and just shouting, "It's time for me to go to bed." Even as a kid, like my social battery has got an end date, and when that motherfucker runs out, it's over. I don't want to be out anymore. I don't want to be with people anymore. Like I'm the same way as you. Like, oh, this sounds like a fun idea. We're gonna have people over, but 3-4 hours deep, I'm done. And I'm not having fun anymore. And now not only are you not having fun, you're responsible for everyone in the house. And that's
it's even worse because your friends, being the good friends they are, like to go out driving at 3 in the morning.
Right.
And
Also,
that's always great. That's great on my parents too, which is, they're not coming back to my house. But like,
right, exactly.
it's very stressful.
So that's what I'm saying. Let's not say whether there's any drugs or alcohol involved, but no matter when. So my house, it's so funny, dude. My house was also the house where people would come over and we'd all hang out. Like, my parents didn't care. They'd keep an eye on us, but we never said we were drinking at my house or doing drugs, but no matter what happened, when the kids came over and there was more than 3 of us, my parents would take our keys every time. Like, she's like, I don't even, like, she didn't even check for booze, but she was like, I don't even know if you guys are doing that downstairs, but I'm not gonna.
Smart, yeah.
Like, because if that happens, if they go and crash to a tree or, God forbid, hit someone else, that comes back to you guys.
Geez.
So you guys are legally liable. Always take the keys, and B, you gotta kind of stand up and be like, hey man, like, fuck that. I don't know if you're in a rural area, because like I know shit's different when you're in the South Indiana and you got miles and miles of cornfields. So like the odds.
We are most certainly in a place where you could hit someone.
Yeah, so take the keys, stand up for that, because drunk driving, I have a big pet peeve about that. Like, it's so stupid. It can ruin lives so quickly. So, besides that, we got off on a tangent, but you have a social battery, and it's going to run out, right? We've confirmed that. So, set up events where there's an end goal, an end date, and I'm sure your friends would very much appreciate it if you told them, like, kind of explain that, like, hey, I really, like, I got to do something tomorrow, so I want to be fresh. So if you guys could, like, at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whenever the hell it's supposed to end, like, I gotta get some sleep. And like, I'd really appreciate if you guys could daddle. Because if you set an end date, maybe they'll say screw you and stay around longer. But at least you're starting to set boundaries. It's just all about maintaining your own happiness. So set some boundaries. It's your goddamn house. They're having fun there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
go ahead.
Most, they drive, and most of them are going to have to spend the night, just by nature of things. And it's like they'd be able to take 2 rides, but then things get a little complicated there, and then just no one's going to have as much fun because they have to leave early.
True. Okay. Well, do you have a friend that's willing to be responsible?
Probably, but
I mean, it's a little awkward.
We'll have to.
But just say, like, I'm the king of Irish goodbyes, in terms of I'll just leave an event and not say goodbye to anyone, because I hate when people try and drag me back in. I hate that. Don't go. We're having so much fun. Like, I'm not having fun, motherfucker. I am tired. Bedtime. So don't Irish goodbye them, but go lay down. Say you have a headache. Say whatever you got to do to go be alone, recharge your battery. If you're sick of that shit, be sick of it. And I'm sure they'll respect that. And if they don't, conversations have to be had.
And I usually do that. Like, I'll get really tired really early, and then everything seems fine. They're tired. They're like, all right, we're about to go to bed. I'm going to go to my room because I'm so tired, not feeling, I just need to get away from everyone.
Right.
And then, my mom wakes me up and tells me that they're driving away. So I'm like, okay, great. What happened to being tired?
Yeah. You got to take those keys, man.
So
you got to do something. Like, that's disrespectful at that point. So
that was not good.
Yeah.
But it was, they always like to change what's going on, and it's never constant, and I can never trust them to be normal without me there.
So that's the thing. You're going to have an uncomfortable conversation, be like, hey guys, like, this is bullshit or whatever. And if they, if they get pissed at you, then it's just like, I don't want to say lose all your friends, but it's kind of like a fuck you situation where it's like, your guys are disrespecting me by doing this shit. Even fuck the social battery thing. Like, if you said you're going to bed and then you drive away, you're making my parents nervous. Like, take off house privileges. Like, this is my house. Got to put the foot down there.
Right.
And that's, once again, I'm just a priest on the internet. That's easier said than done, but it's something that you should absolutely consider.
Right.
All right, my son?
Yes. Thank you, Father.
No problem. I wish you the best of luck. Bless your heart.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah. My house was the same exact thing. Chat broke down. Oh, you guys are just sending me shit right now. Blog, 100 bits. I'm about to give my life savings to get him to answer. How do I get a call through? You just call. It's not, if you donate $10, you get your call, set for the next stream, you can do that. That's a thing we're doing.
Call from
Carissa.
Carissa, how we doing?
Oh my goodness, I was not expecting you to answer. Hello?
Hello! What can I do for you?
Hi. Hi, Father. So, I have a story to tell you.
Okay.
So, basically, this story starts off with an abusive boyfriend. We're going to call him Noah, if that's okay. It's not his real name.
Okay. Don't go into
So-
too heavy details. I don't want to, I don't want this to become a rap sheet crime-driven thing. So.
No, totally. So basically, I was dating this boy named Noah for about 4 months, I would say at the most. He was really nice. Like, think of the most nerdy kid, like, played D&D and stuff like that.
Right.
And basically, he started being very weird around me and my family. And I was just like, okay, this is interesting. So basically, he called me one night and said, hey, I need you to pick me and my family up. We are now homeless. And I was 14. This was grade 9. And I was like, oh, shit, because I'm trying to do my best. So I'm like, okay, yeah, totally. I'm going to pick you up on your street corner and we're going to figure something out. So they had their cat, the mom, the sister, everything was in a U-Haul. So it was really suspicious because they said they got kicked out of their house. So we're like, okay. So we go and we put them in a pet-friendly hotel for 2 weeks, and we pay for everything.
Your family did that?
Yes.
Oh my God, my
and
parents
we've
would
been
never put up with that shit. That is so generous of your family. Okay.
So basically, my granddad sent in money to help them as well. We bought them groceries and everything. So it was really scary because the boy who I thought I loved, like, is homeless and can't afford a house or anything like that. So I'm just like, well, I got to do what I can. And I pitched in my money for my job and everything. So basically, I break up with him because I discovered that this isn't the first time that he's done this to a girl that he's dated. And my parents pulled me aside one night and said, we looked up his mother online and she scams people. So basically, we gave these people shelter for a long time and it was an ongoing scam. And when we went to check out their original house, their house was literally covered in cat pee. They drew F-U on the wall and a bunch of other curse words with spray paint. And it was trashed. They covered the walls in feces. And I broke up with this guy. I stayed with him for a couple weeks because I thought he didn't know. So basically, this mom was using her children to scam other people. So they were getting her children to date people, and then those people would say, hey, we're homeless, and they scammed my family out of $2,000.
Oh my
God. Yeah.
That is insane.
That is very insane. So I'm with a great partner now. We've been dating for 2 years. He's awesome, but I see this kid in school every day. And they are now transgender, which is great for them. But it was crazy because I put up with a lot of things while dating them that I probably shouldn't have because you convince yourself that you love somebody, right?
Right.
Dumb puppy love when you're younger. It's crazy.
Yeah, 100%. That's just...
So yeah, that's my story.
That's so... I was going to say, like, people in situations where they're powerless like to have power over other people. So... He's obviously like she is, had a tough time. You can't, like, obviously she was manipulated by her parents to do this kind of thing. Like, she can't mastermind that entire situation. But they're obviously not a good person for going along with it, which is terrible. But it's one of those things where you were just involved with a shitty person. Like, you always hear those stories of people getting scammed, and you're like, oh, what an idiot. Like, no, you're not an idiot. You got duped because someone's a pro at being a piece of shit. And you got proed on It's very rare where a pro piece of shit walks into your life, but sometimes it happens, and sometimes you get screwed. So I'm sure your family's a little bit more paranoid now and a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for? Observant
Yeah.
for scams on the
Yeah.
way. But it's also a good indicator of how nice your family is, because people in the chat were saying it. I was saying it. My family would never do that shit ever. They just would never put up with some bullshit like that without at least like, you know, finding out exactly what happened. Because my dad's a big he's like, well, what did they do? Why are they so broke? And then you'd look up their tax forms or some bullshit. But regardless, you're from a good group of people. You seem like a good person. It's a learning lesson, and I think you're gonna do great in this life. All right.
Thank you. Thank
Bless
you
your
so
heart.
much, Father. Have a great.
You too. Bless your heart. Holy moly! What are these stories you guys are telling today? Hold on, I got some subs. Doug just sent another 1,000 bits. You're an insane person. I appreciate it. Moose with the subscription. I appreciate that. 800 Matt 69. Nice. Subbed. Appreciate it. Anyone else? Tongue Barf with the sub. Much appreciated.
Call from
Marco.
Marco, how we doing, my son?
Oh shit, I actually made it.
Yes, you
How
did.
we doing, Father?
What can I do for you?
Doing pretty good. It's not necessarily down bad. It's just I gotta explain the situation and really know what to do forward from it.
Sure.
All right. So this really starts beginning of this school year. I'm a senior in high school. What was it? So first day of school, we get in 5th period. It's physics, and my lab partner sitting next to it's tables of 2, sits next to this girl, and I immediately catch feelings. I know, but it's hard.
Right. Yeah. Regardless.
Yeah, but then slowly but surely, I don't know if this girl's feeling me or not. And then, what is it? One day on work, I get added on Snapchat from her. I never even gave her my Snap. I don't know how she got mine, but she did eventually.
Okay.
And then we eventually go back and forth. And then I think I'm getting signs that she likes me, but I don't necessarily know. I don't shoot for it right away. I'm a little flirtatious back. So I think I'm in there. And even my friends tell me they have class with her, and like my name even gets brought up in conversation. So I think I'm in there.
Yeah.
And I even ended up finding out that when I told her about my family, her last name, when I told her to my parents, for some wild reason, her dad was neighbors with my parents, with my mom. So they were like good neighbors and good. Yeah.
That's
like,
awesome.
All the way back. So yeah. So like even then, and I told her about that, and like I thought it was crazy and everything, small world, all that. So then even that, we have that thing in common, and like we even want our parents to meet up, and I'm so in there. So then, what is it? We start going back and forth. We even hang out outside of school, but then it's one day I'm trying to plan out this day for our parents to meet, and I just get a Snapchat video that I should have caught hints that she was never into me, and that like she very stressed that she didn't want to be a bitch about it, and like she still wanted to remain friends, but it was just like I should have caught these hints long ago. It really hurt.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So, yeah.
Well, listen. Well, yeah. What advice are you looking for on this?
And then there's a little bit more.
Okay.
So then I let that go out. I let that sit for like a day, and then I finally text her like, I did have feelings for you, all this, and that I'm not gonna like just sit on the sidelines and try and be that guy best friend that steals away.
Right.
All that. And apparently she is talking to somebody at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So then I told her I'm not gonna be the sad puppy dog who's just gonna sit on the sidelines hoping to get some play. So I told her that, and she respected that, but like I don't think is there any way I could even try to get that back or no?
No, I don't think. I mean, like I say, like the ball's in her court. You've made your thoughts known, and like there's no gift, potion, or magic spell you can cast on someone to make them like you. There's nothing you can do. Like you're you. You don't like. What are you gonna do? Buy her gifts? Like there's nothing you can do. Maybe one day she'll realize that you're a great guy, but it's not worth waiting for. Honestly, I mean, if she's not into it right now, there's nothing you can do, and that shit hurts. And you picked I mean, those signals were pretty strong in my book. Maybe you were ignoring the negative ones, which happens when you catch feelings for someone. Like, it's a lot easier to like ignore signs that they aren't into you.
Oh, I was so blinded.
Yeah, exactly. So you're aware of it now, which is good. A lot of people at this stage they'd be like, well, what the fuck? Like, dude, she said all these things. She was definitely into. She's playing with me, bro. She's playing fucking games. Like, no, like maybe you just like missed a couple steps. But, you know, take the time. It's very smart too that you don't want to be the guy best friend. I don't know if you've watched these streams before, but I always say like that's not good. It never accounts for anything. So.
Yeah, I heard a similar story, and I'm like, was literally about to be the guy best friend.
Yeah, it's good. It's good that you're separating yourself so you can kind of move on mentally too. Like, it's kind of separate yourself from the situation. Like I always say, focus on yourself, focus on friends, kind of look into other people. But it's gonna hurt right now. Things are gonna get better, and I think you handled the situation very well. Even though, like,
true. And I got a real quick thing though.
Yeah.
It was, and then probably like a month after this whole thing transpired, I had to go on. It's a like retreat thing. I'm actually Roman Catholic, so we have to go on like this retreat for our faith.
Right.
So it's called Kairos and everything.
I went to Kairos. Yeah. I know you do. I know what you're talking about.
We love Kairos. Live the fourth, my guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, but I ended up meeting this girl there, and she was feeling me, like immediately physical touch and all that. But like every time anything would go farther than that, I was like, the image of this other girl is in my head, and it is tearing at me.
Yep.
And I eventually admit to this girl that I can't push anything further because I am literally like still hung up on this girl.
Right.
And I told her this everything, and she respected that. I feel like I should let that be out there.
Well, it's once again not your fault. Also, you're so good at communicating your feelings. That's insane. At your age, to be like any guy would be willing to be uncomfortable in that situation just to like one, not turn her down, or two, just to have like some distraction. Like if you did a great job with that, and once again, no fault there. You were in deep. You're still kind of in deep, and you need time, and that's smart of you. Like that could have been a lot worse than it was. You might have ended up calling her sad at Kairos one night when they give you your phones back at 2 a.m. Some dumb shit like that. So you're doing it good right now. Keep on the path you're on. You're nailing all these steps that I tell people to do. You're doing really well. It's just now it's a waiting game. You got to let that cut heal. Let that wound heal. All right?
Appreciate you, Father.
No problem. I think you're going to do great. You got good communication skills. You're Roman Catholic. Not saying that's better than anyone else, but I'm in a cathedral, so I have to give you props for it. From here on out, like head down, focus on yourself, and try and once you're ready, don't be afraid to put yourself back out there again. All right?
Love to hear it. All right, thank you, Father.
Bless your heart.
You too. You have a good one.
You too. Kairos is our, you know how Jewish people have their camps? Like Jewish people have like summer camps and stuff. Kairos is like our little Catholic retreat when you're in Catholic school, or just a Catholic in general. You go to like these camps, and they have like bonding experiments, and like it's way more intense. It's not like brainwashing, but it's like really makes you figure out who you are, and like it's all about leadership and stuff like that. I'm making it sound like a cult. It's not. You can leave at any time, but it's just like it's leadership stuff. Jewish people have their camps. You know what the fuck I'm saying. Let's not get anti-Semitic. Jewish summer camp is like a huge thing. Father, can you answer me on IG after the stream? That's what I'm gonna do. All right, our Instagram. If you want to go toss that a follow. Oh, also, this guy is sending so many bits. I'm gonna lean in. Blogi. The calls aren't going through. They are. You've sent me so many bits, my guy. Oh, the frat story. Okay, I'll explain the frat story. First of all, our Instagram, the Down Bad Patrol. We're getting new followers on there, and I do a thing every once in a while where I ask a question, and then I respond to your questions on the Instagram story. So if you want to give that a follow, maybe I'll respond to your story. I gotta put up our shit up here. One sec. Let me do the frat story. I had a best friend freshman year of college. His name was Teeny. He's a very tall man. His last name's Albertini. That's why we call him Teeny. Very musical, talented, very great guy. We became fast friends. He was in a frat, and I still to this day don't care for frats, especially it's not even a state school. It's like a city school, and it's not like crazy frat house shit. We're not even allowed to have frat houses in Chicago because if you have more than 10 women in a house, I think it's considered a brothel by some old ass law. So if the girls can't do it, we can't do it. We'll get into that later. That's some whole another realm of bullshit. But anyways, I didn't want to be in a frat. So the next year at my school, it was student housing until sophomore year. Then you got to go find your own house. And he said, "Hey, do you want to come move in with me with 2 other guys. And I was like, sure, I'll hop in. So the 2 guys are still some of my best friends, but I got there and it was a triple decker, so 3 different floors. I was living with 4 dudes on the bottom, 2 dudes in the middle, 2 dudes on top, and they all were in the same frat. It was unofficial frat house. They did not let me know that. So I got there. We threw our first party. I was like, wow, this is fucking amazing. And then they all kind of sat me down and said, hey, man, if you're going to enjoy these parties, you got to be in the frat. Which was a little, you know, I mean, like, I didn't choose. Like, I just lived there, dog. Like, no one told me. So I joined it. Good guys. There were some people in there I didn't like, but that's, it's like an office. Like, you can't pick who you work with. You can't pick who's in your frat, I guess. But to this day, we all got kicked off campus for some crazy shit, and I wasn't. It was just, I didn't want to. I don't like telling people I'm in a frat because I'm not very fratty. The whole time, I think people didn't like me because I wasn't very fratty, and that's just. I was in a frat. I was. So there you go. We'll answer one more call, and then we'll skedaddle on out of here. Actually, we can answer 2 more calls. The timing's right. Who called and I hung up on? This guy? Give him a ring back. Feel bad. Please, I need help. Pluggy.
Hey, I'm in a bad area right now. There's some bad connection.
Okay. Why'd you call? What is a frat? It's a fraternity. It's like a college thing where you pay to have friends.
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, how we doing?
My heart is in my throat because I really thought I wouldn't get this call in.
Well, here I am.
So basically, I just need some quick advice because I'm kind of doing something tomorrow that could go one of pretty much like 5 ways.
Okay.
Basically, there was this ex that I used to have. The relationship, it was there, but we were both not mentally okay at the time, so it just didn't work out because we clashed a lot because of our mentalities.
Okay.
It's been 2 years now, almost 3. And so I've been talking to some friends about it, yada, yada, yada. I bettered myself. I've changed a lot, lost 90 pounds, did the whole shebang, everything. Right. And so basically I was telling them about it, and some of them were, because I in 9th grade, I wrote this letter about it. And I was reading it to them, and one of my friends that's a female, she said, if someone sent me that, there's no way I could hate them.
Okay.
And some of my other friends were saying maybe you should give her that letter because, truthfully, I'm over her in the sense, yeah, okay, we're not together, yada, yada, yada. I'm fine with that. But I do still have feelings for her, and I still want to try to at least mend our friendship because we were friends before, and then that relationship just strained it.
Okay.
And some people have said that might not be the best idea, but then there are a lot of people that saying just try it, and worst that happens is she just says no, she doesn't want to, and that's that.
Yeah, that's always my advice. It's worth trying. I mean, you got to understand that there's some things worse than no, but I mean, I'm sure she's if you talk to her like a really shitty person that could be like, ew, gross, you're ugly, you smell bad. I don't think she's gonna do that. So I think no is probably.
Yeah, she's not a shitty person.
Exactly.
She's not like that.
So I think the worst you're gonna get is a no, and if it's hampering on you, dog, you're never gonna know unless you do it, and you're gonna be thinking about doing it until you do it, and that's that's hell. So it's way better to air that shit out and not sit there and worry about it. It's obviously giving you some mental stress, and it's like pulling a splinter out, just just get it done, get it out of your head.
Yeah.
It's way better to live that kind of life than to be sitting there every day thinking about what you could be saying.
Yeah, And hey, best case scenario works out on some odd chance, and I don't even know what goes from there. I'm
Exactly.
just gonna leave. I don't even know what to say to that.
Never plan for the best case scenario, but always expect it.
Yeah,
Well,
and
it's-
if it happens, well then yeah.
Exactly. I'm really rooting for you. I think you can get it done, but you just got to do it.
Well, I'll see, and I might be on next Wednesday if it works or it doesn't.
All right.
Hey,
I would like an update. That'd be nice. But I believe in you, son. All right.
Thank you.
Bless your heart. All right, we got time for one more. Wish that guy luck. Not another ad. Oh God, if only you were subscribed, you wouldn't be getting ads. Oh no. What a conundrum. Thank you, Blogi.
Call from
Andrew.
Andrew, how we doing?
Oh, this is Blog.
Oh, this is Blogi?
Yeah.
Jesus, man. What can I do for you? Clearly you need some help.
Yeah. Okay, so I have this situation going on.
Okay.
It's been going on for the past 2 weeks, I'd say. And yeah, I just need some advice on it.
Okay. I'm glad I was able to talk to you. What can I do for you?
Okay, so pretty much there's this girl I've been talking to, right?
Right.
And she started snapping me first and stuff like that. And like kind of been making moves, right?
Right.
And she seems interested.
All right.
And I asked her on a date, and pretty much it seemed as if she dodged it. Okay. Okay. So then I thought maybe she doesn't like me. Maybe I'm just getting the wrong vibes, right?
Right.
But then I went to a track meet, because she also does track for like a different school, and she like came and like laid down next to me, and we talked for like an hour. So that like confused me even more, right?
Right.
Okay. And so then I asked her on a second date, because like maybe it was wrong, right?
Right.
And then she kind of dodged it again.
Okay.
And so then I'm like really, really confused. And so another week goes by, and I have another track meet, and she's there. And like we talked for a little bit. She gave me a hug, and I side hugged her, which is a bit of a mistake, right?
Yeah, definitely not the move, but yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so that happened. And then I like tried to FaceTime her, and then she's dodging that. And so I'm really just confused.
You just gotta ask her at this point, dude. I mean, she's giving you kind of mixed signals. Seems like a little bit more negative than positive, but just ask her, dude. I mean, you're trying to
Ask her like.
Ask her like.
Ask her what?
Like what? What do you think about me? Don't say it like that, but just flirt with her. Try and get a vibe. But every time you ask her out, she's not giving you a yes or a no, but she's kind of like dragging you along, right? You feel like you're confused and you're just following her through a crowd of people and holding her hand.
Call list for next stream smile.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Well, my plan was tomorrow. I have another track meet, and so I was gonna go and ask her in person, like if she wanted to go on a date,
right,
and see how that goes. That was pretty much gonna be the end of it, if she said no. But I don't know if that's still like a good idea.
Just go for it, my guy. I mean, it seems like it's not going negatively. At one point she's gonna say yes, and at one point she's gonna say no. And I think you got to be a little bit more forward about it. If she gives you a wishy-washy answer, just be like, listen, like, I'm okay with not dating. You don't have to go on a date with me, but I want an answer, because like you're just not giving me anything. So like, she doesn't owe you anything, but I think just try and lay it out for her where it's like, listen, I am okay with you saying no, but I need, like, I'm waiting here. I really like you. I'd love to take you out, but like, you're not giving me any signals whether way you like me.
Okay.
You gotta lay it out for her, because she's not giving you anything.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. I wish you the best of luck, my guy.
Thank you.
Have a good one. There you go, Blogi. There you go. All right. Get this music going. So someone... Is that Blogi again? It is Blogi. Just gave me 100 bits. Thanks, dog. Moose777 has tipped call list for the next stream. All right, Moose. DM us on Twitch, your phone number, and we'll put you on the list. $10 donation gets you on the list for the first calls on the next stream. But DM me on Twitch. Sorry, DM on Twitch. If you don't know how to do that, do it on Instagram, but you'll figure it out. All right. We're not raiding bingo. We can't raid bingo. We ruined bingo last time. We can't keep doing that. Raid bingo. Remember last time we raided bingo? We ruined an entire town's night. But what is kind of dead today? This wasn't it was a dead stream when we started, and then all of a sudden 400 people showed up. All right, let's pick a random person. We did him last time. Let's see. We have a charity stream. Perhaps not. They seem aggressive. One moment while I find a good person to raid. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. I really appreciate it. We had a lot of good calls, a lot of callers. Did Blogi just give me more? Blogi gave us 5,000 bits last time. I didn't even see that. Take it easy, pimp. Think about the kids. Think about the food you might not eat because you're giving me money. I appreciate it, though. Let's see. Blogi, take it easy. Alright, we'll do this person. They seem cool. They've only got 10, 11 viewers right now. Let's give them a heart attack. 1 second, let me copy and paste this. Blogi. Big cat. Thank you, my guy. Blogi! What am I doing? Raid. You're getting me all flustered. Alright, we ready? Everyone be nice. Everyone be sweet. Everyone be cool. We're going to make their day. Thank you, Blogi. Alright, I'll see you guys on Friday. Blogi. See you guys.